6 rookie writer mistakes that call you out as an amateur to quit right now. From the Word Nerd. If your middle school years were anything like mine, the cafeteria was a dangerous place. Uncomfortable at best, heartbreaking at worst. Where to sit? What to say? Heck, it was difficult to figure out who was even making the rules. And just when you thought you had it all figured out, everything changed. When I first entered the writing world, it felt a bit like walking back into the middle school lunchroom. Even if I knew the names of the people sitting at the tables, they definitely didn't know mine. Worse than that, we didn't even seem to be speaking the same language. I'm not sure how I had the guts, but I usually dove in headfirst anyway. I look back on times like that in my early years as a writer, and I admire my own bravery, but also cringe. I was such a rookie, and my lack of industry knowledge and vocabulary labeled me for the amateur that I was. I'm not ashamed of the girl I used to be. We all have to start somewhere, right? But part of my mission as an educator turned authorpreneur is to help writers escape that awkward amateur phase faster, so they can graduate to bigger and better things. This mission led to the creation of this and many other helpful videos for authors. I'll talk about those briefly at the end, so make sure you stay until then. But right now, I want to offer you 6 rookie mistakes to quit making. Are you ready to move up and sit with the big kids? Good. Grab a pencil and get ready to take some notes, because here we go. Rookie mistake number 1 is talking about the length of your manuscript in pages. In the publishing industry, length is measured and discussed in word count. You should also know there are guidelines for how long each type of book, genre, and age-level text should be. Yes, there are exceptions, but as a newbie, you should stick to these highly recommended suggestions. This graphic from Bravante Publishing does a great job of demonstrating word count. It shows you different genres and age ranges and how long those books typically are. It even offers you titles so you can go to your shelf and pick up that book and see what that type of word count actually looks like when you hold it in your hands. Finding the word count of your document is super easy. If you're using Word, look in the bottom left-hand corner and it will be counting it out there for you right on the screen. If you're using a Google Doc, which we're going to talk about in just a second, go to Tools and Word Count and it will show you how many words are in your document. So how do you fix rookie mistake number 1? Make sure to talk about your works in progress in the terms of word count rather than typed up or handwritten pages. Rookie mistake number 2 is sending Google Docs in submissions. In the writing world, publishers, agents, and editors use Microsoft Word. Do not send anyone a Google Doc. Yes, I use Google personally and within my academic professional life, but when it comes to the writing world, you should always use Microsoft Word. I will admit that Apple makes a nice machine and you can get Microsoft Office on a Mac, but I have and love and would highly recommend getting or using a Microsoft product to streamline this process. I personally love and use a Surface Book 3. If you do send a Google Doc as a submission to an agent or publisher, or even for a contest or magazine, it will instantly label you as a newbie. So don't do it. Oftentimes, if you're a student, you can get free access to Microsoft Office, so ask around your school to see if this is the case for you. This is an easy fix and maybe even a free one. And if you want to move past your amateur status, this is a fix you need to make immediately. Rookie writing mistake number 3 is using cutesy and or cryptic email addresses. What you need to do instead is create an email address that is your first and last name. Just that simple. As cute and clever as writergirl83@yahoo.com is, it isn't professional. It also doesn't help people remember your name, which is the ultimate goal. Email addresses are free. Get one that presents you as a professional and move on. Rookie mistake number 4 is asking where to find an illustrator. I can't tell you how many times I've heard this question, and the people are well-intentioned. They've got a manuscript, they want to write a picture book, but they don't know how to draw pictures, so they're curious as to where they can find this person. What these people do not know is that in the traditional publishing world, authors do not find their own illustrators. Publishers do. And the only thing wrong with asking this question is the fact that they are calling themselves out as a newbie. Instead, if you're an author, you need to leave the art design up to the publisher. I know it sounds crazy, but sometimes in the writing world, authors and the illustrators of their pictures or the designers of their cover haven't even spoken to each other once. It seems kind of strange, but it's just the way things work. So instead of asking this question, polish up your manuscript the best that you can and send it in, leaving the art design up to the publisher. Rookie mistake number 5 is very similar to rookie mistake number 4, and that is asking about how to copyright your work before submitting it. Here's the deal. Agents and publishers do not want to steal your work, especially if you are new. It's probably got a long ways to go. No one is going to steal your stuff, and so therefore you don't need to copyright it. Asking about this question again makes you look like a beginner in the field and goes against any professionalism you are trying to present. If it makes you feel any better, in the FAQ section on copyright.gov, it reads, "Your work is under copyright protection the moment it is created and fixed in a tangible form that is perceptible either directly or with the aid of a machine or device." So there you have it. Just channel your inner Elsa and let it go. You do not need to worry about copywriting your work before you submit it to an agent, publisher, contest, journal, or magazine. All right, we've made it to the end, and rookie mistake number 6, which is a personal pet peeve of mine, and that is calling yourself an aspiring writer. I also don't super love pre-published author or aspiring author. The fact of the matter is that you write. You are a writer. Leave it at that. If you're feeling like you're an imposter, maybe leave it as writer, and then once you're published, you can switch it to author. But as soon as you start living into this confidence as a writer, you'll start exuding it. Fake it till you make it, I always say. As soon as you start taking yourself seriously and with confidence, others will too. So you write. Call yourself a writer and own it. Follow these suggestions and you'll take a few steps forward in your authorpreneur education. Continue to educate yourself through blog posts, podcasts, courses, and eventually, when we're allowed to gather in groups and discuss nerdy things together again, at conferences. Be brave. Ask questions. There are many writerly groups and people that are very kind and will be happy to show you the ropes. SCBWI, or Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators, is one of the best, especially if you write for kidlit audiences. If you find yourself in a snobby, snarky, cocky, or condescending writing circle, consider finding new mentors who will help and guide you kindly. Maybe your town has a writing club, or your community college has some great offerings. Check them out. Attend a retreat, or if you're feeling brave, sit at the table with the cool kids and just listen for a bit. And finally, ask questions. Did I say that one already? It's an important one. P.S. This is a safe space. Drop your question in the comments below or email me through the contact on my website. I am always happy to help. Speaking of happy to help, check out these other videos on my YouTube channel. If you are brand new to the writing world, I definitely recommend checking out Tricky Vocabulary in the Publishing World Defined. This is going to be a game changer for you. If you've got a manuscript ready to go and you're curious about self-publishing but aren't sure of the financial investment, check out my How Much Does It Cost to Self-Publish on Amazon video. In it, I not only walk you through the process step by step, but I let you know exactly how much each step along the way cost me with one of my books, Close Quarters. And finally, if you've already published a book, either self-published, traditional published, or indie published with a small press, check out my video on how to sell more books, in which I share 10 different ways that I have sold books throughout the years and has led me to selling over 5,000 of my own copies. Be sure to stick around to the end of that video because the last 2 selling tips I share I haven't heard or seen anywhere else on the internet. If you are really interested in digging into this content and learning how you can make your own authorpreneur dreams come true without the extended wait time demanded by the gatekeepers, agents, and publishers of the traditional publishing world, head over to my website and check out my course, The Take Action Author Plan. To date, I have self-published 11 books, and I want to teach you how to replicate the success. The course includes 3 modules: Self-Publishing 101, Book Marketing 101, and the ABCs of Authorpreneurship, as well as 4 printable workbooks so you can take notes and then take action. One-on-one coaching sessions are also available. Finally, I want to let you know that this information originally appeared on my blog. Head to my website where I write weekly about, you guessed it, writing. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss the weekly Word Nerd goodness. There's a link in the description of this video for you to subscribe and learn more. Thanks for sticking around to the very end. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you can get more great content from the Word Nerd. Happy writing and happy publishing!